So, Mahatmyam chapter 1 and 2, initially we saw how Bhakti Devi was suffering because both her sons, Jnana and Vairagya, they had grown old because in the upcoming Kali Yugam, Jnana and Vairagya are almost dead. It's the end of the Dwapara Yugam, so nobody is respecting them and so on. That's when Bhakti Devi becomes very sad. Finally, she approaches Narada and she tells that I'm actually blessed. Towards the end of chapter 2, she tells that I'm blessed that I could meet great souls like you, O Narada. Further, in chapter 3, finally Bhakti Devi's suffering comes to an end. That's when Narada tells that to stabilize, that is, Jnana Yajnam Karishyami Shukashastra Katojvalam Bhakti Jnana Viraganam Sthapanartham Prayatnataha. To stabilize or to re-establish Bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya in this world, I will perform a Jnana Yajnam. What is this Jnana Yajnam? Nothing but the chanting of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Srimad Bhagavatam reading I will keep, and now he meets the Sanat Kumaras, the four Kumaras, and tells them that you please tell me a place where this Jnana Yagam can be done, what procedure should be followed, and so on. That's when the Kumaras they replied very carefully and they told that you please listen. Whatever you have asked, we will tell you everything in detail. You please listen to the same attentively, they say. Now, why do the Kumaras say this attentively? It is because many times it happens that we listen to many things, right? Now, even now also, I'm telling you something, all of you are listening. But more than that, there are 10 other sounds which are falling on our ears. Maybe it will be the sound of cars, sound of birds, or some sound in our house, and so on. But so you see, it is the same ears that are there, 2 years. In that, you're listening to what I'm saying, you're listening to the other sounds also. But automatically, what happens is to what I am saying, you pay more attention because that is something which is now important. Maybe the sound of the cars on the road or someone maybe making some noise also, that doesn't matter. So, automatically, what we do is we filter out what is important. So, this filtering out is something which is very, very important, which the Kumaras also highlight. And they tell Narada that whatever we are telling, that you listen attentively. All the other sounds also, anything happening in the background, you please ignore the same. That's when they tell that near Haridwar, it is in Maya Kshetram that is there. There you please go. Shununarada Vakshyamo Vinambraya Vivekine Gangadwara Samipeto. Now Haridwar, if you see, is the opening of, or you can say the gateway where the Ganga river flows. And now why it is said that it is the Ganga Dwara Samipe, it is a gateway of the Ganga, is because in Haridwar is when it actually enters the plain region, that is a PLINS, plains. So further you have the Himalayas and so on that comes in. So therefore this place is also called by a place of Ananda. So here at this place, it is said that there are many rishis also who have assembled. So you please go there, you seek the blessings from them, and that's how you can start this Jnana Yaga. That's the reason even today, if you go to places like Haridwar or Kashi and so on, we have the existence of sadhus also, right? So this is the reason because it was a place which was inhabited by sages and rishis right from birth. And it is also said that the Kumaras tell Narada this is also a place which is visited by gods, siddhas, demigods also frequently. So very, very holy place. So you please go there and there this Srimad Bhagavata Jnana Yagam can be performed. And there Bhakti Devi also will appear in person along with Jnana and Vairagya. And now that they have grown old also, or now that Bhakti Devi is not happy, by listening to Srimad Bhagavatam, they will all regain their original form. All of them will become very happy. Now, thus, what happened is further Narada, he decides, as told by the Kumaras, he goes to this place, and it seems that there all the sages also had assembled. Who are the sages? Bhrigur Vasishtascha Vanaha, shloka number 13. Bhriguhu, Vasishta, Chavana, Gautama, Medhatiti, Markandeya, Pippalada, Vyasa, his father Parashara, everyone came there along with their wives also. And there it seems that even the other 17 Puranas, excluding Srimad Bhagavatam, the 17 Puranas, the 6 Shastras, Upanishads, Vedas, Mantras, everything was present there in physical form, it seems. Holy rivers also assembled there, Ganga, Pushkara, Yamuna, and so on. And even the forests also came there. वेदान्तानि च वेदाश्च मन्त्रास्तन्त्राः समूर्तयः दश सप्तपुराणानि षट्शास्त्राणि तथान्ययुः गङ्गाद्या सरितस्तत्र पुष्करादिसरांसि च क्षेत्राणि च दिशः सर्वा दण्डकादिवनानि च Dandakaranyam, Dandakavanam, the reference comes in the Ramayana. Dandaka and all the other holy forests also of Bharatadesha, everything assembled there, it seems, in that form, in a living form, in order to listen to the exposition of Srimad Bhagavatam. It seems that even Gandharvas and demons also visited this place. Deva Gandharva Danavaha. And it seems that Sage Brigu, who was there, he bought people from all around. Even those people who were not interested, they were also assembled by Brigu to develop interest of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, finally, after everyone had assembled, the Kumaras, now Narada had made all the necessary arrangements. The Kumaras had only been told to recite the Srimad Bhagavatam. That's when Narada gave them an excellent seat to sit. So, this is why you see, whenever let it be Srimad Bhagavatam or any other, maybe even a musical program or whatever it is, the host who is there or the main person who's going to perform, let it be chanting, singing, or so, or that elderly person should always be given a higher seat. It should not be at the same level. So that's why we have this phenomena of building a stage, right? It is just to show that one level high. Again, it's not to make a comparison or so that the opposite person is high, I am low, but to make a difference that the host for the day is someone who is performing in front of us, and the audience are the common people who have just come as listeners, right? So therefore, this is how we have the stage that is built for the various programs that we do. So that's the reason here also Narada had made a stage for the Kumaras to sit, and various other devotees of Lord Vishnu also had gathered there. Lot of flowers, you can say, musical instruments were played. So a very great thing was happening after so many years or so. Great, this Srimad Bhagavata Yagam, Jnana Yagam as you call it, was being performed. So therefore, lot of it was like a festival in itself. Further, what happened is the Kumaras now they started speaking about the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. Kumara uchuhu athate varnya athate varnyate smabihi. That's when the Kumaras tell that Srimad Bhagavatam's glory is such that just by merely listening to its glories itself, you attain moksha. You don't even have to put the efforts of reading Srimad Bhagavatam or even not even actual Srimad Bhagavatam, even by listening to its glory, the Mahima of Srimad Bhagavatam, you will attain moksha. This shows the significance of this text. And one who even listens to Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Hari, it seems that he resides in their heart permanently. Now this work he tells that Granthoštadasha Dvadasha Samhitaha. How is this text composed? It is divided into 18,000 shlokas and 12 skandhas. And it is a dialogue between King Parikshit and sage Shuka. That's so this is the introduction which the Kumaras give, and they tell that now further let us all start listening to the story of Bhagavatam. And he tells that all kinds of ignorance that is there, Ajnanam, which is there in every one of us, that all goes away by listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, that house where Srimad Bhagavatam is read regularly, it seems that that place itself is considered to be a sacred place also, like a Yagashala, Yajnashala. Yajnashala or places where pujas also are done, they're all considered very auspicious, right? Or like a temple also. So even a place or a house where Srimad Bhagavatam is read regularly, that place is considered to be very, very sacred. And neither Ganga, Gaya, Kashi, Pushkara, Prayaga, you visit how many, whichever you go and visit so much of pilgrimage places, you do this, that also. But ultimately, just merely reading Srimad Bhagavatam will give the phalan, will give the fruits of visiting all these pilgrimage places. Na Ganga, na Gaya, Kashi, Pushkaram, na Prayagakam, Shukashastra Katha, Yascha, Phalena Samatam Nayet. Further, the Kumaras tell that Shlokardam Shlokapadam va. Now, they also know that every day reading the entire Srimad Bhagavatam is not possible. 18,000 shlokas, but at least one shloka you can read. That is also not Shlokardam. Half a shloka you can read. Half a shloka you don't read. Even a quarter of a shloka. Shlokapadam va. This, if you read of Srimad Bhagavatam, this itself will take us to the highest place. This is the least that all of us can do. Further, Srimad Bhagavatam is the gist of the Pranava mantra, Om, of the sacred mantra, the Gayatri mantra, mother of the Vedas, Purusha Sukta. the gist or the essence of the three Vedas. Like, during Srimad Bhagavatam times, you didn't have the fourth Veda, Atharva Veda, it is still Rig, Yajus, and Sama. That's why in most of our texts, if you see, be the Gita or the Puranas, you have reference to three Vedas only, Rig, Yajus, Sama. So therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam also is the gist of the Dwadashakshara Mantram, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So like this, if you see, everything, the gist of everything is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, one should always read this read this text. Also, the crores and crores of sins that are committed by man, knowingly, unknowingly, in this janma, previous janma, everything goes away. All this Panashruti is told by the Kumaras in verses 33 to 41. If you want, you can make a note. Also, one who reads the Srimad Bhagavatam, then one who does a lot of Go Seva, Godanam also, or one who even offers water to the Tulsi plant, everything is considered to be one and the same. So just as we offer water to Tulsi Devi, or maybe you do Go Seva, you chant some shlokas in praise of Krishna, like we do Krishna Seva, reading of Srimad Bhagavatam is also like a Seva to the Lord. And especially one who listens to Srimad Bhagavatam at the time of death is considered to be very, very blessed. That's why many of us we do the Patanam also during the last days of a person. Further, a man who gives 33 to 41. 33 to 40. Further, a person who gifts a copy of Srimad Bhagavatam, it seems that he attains oneness with the Lord only. But here you have to remember one thing. It's not that, oh, I'm just spending money, I'll just end up gifting it to someone. That person also should be patram, like Krishna highlights in the Gita. Patram meaning should be a deserving person, not a person whom you give the book and that person keeps it in the cupboard until that person dies. The book is just getting dust. That should not happen. A truly deserving person who will actually open the book and read at least one line or so. So only to deserving person we should do. It should be not only Srimad Bhagavatam for anything. I have done lot of dana dharmam also. I have donated lakhs and lakhs of rupees. But to whom? To a person who has got maybe crores of rupees, you go and give them lakhs of rupees, it doesn't matter, right? It's just that more money keeps adding up. But to a truly person who is deserving, only that dhanam is considered to be dhanam. Otherwise, it is just waste. Similarly, here also, Krishnena sahasayujam sapuman labate dhruvam heman simhayutam chaitat vaishnavaya dadaticha. One whom we should give the Srimad Bhagavatam, we attain oneness with Lord Krishna, that person should be truly deserving. Now here, now after telling all this glory, the Kumaras now they tell that Ajanma matramapi yena shathena kinchet. But a person who is born in Bhulokam, who is born in Bharatadesha, throughout his lifetime, if such a fool does not even know what is Srimad Bhagavatam, does not even open the book and read a line, then that person's birth has just taken place for Janani Jani Dukkha Bhaja, just to give the pangs of birth that is there, pangs of giving birth, the pain that is there, labor pains to his mother. Janani Jani Dukkha Bhaja, nothing else. That person is born just as a burden on this bhulokam. He has just caused pain to his mother. Labor pains have been caused to his mother. Moreover, nothing has been done. So therefore, we have to make our lives fruitful by reading at least a bit of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, this also has to come from the grace of the Lord only, right? Now, there are so many things in this world, not everything we can do, right? The Lord has blessed us with this thought of reading Srimad Bhagavatam. It is His own grace that is there. But still, in spite, now here there is one thing which is told. Now, if you think this way, then for everything you'll say, no, if I'm not doing anything, oh, maybe the Lord has not blessed me. He is not graceful to me. Saying so, we make ourselves very safe, right? But the Lord will only bless us. He might give us the opportunity, He might shower His grace, but to make the best of the opportunity is in our hands. That's the reason Krishna also in the Gita towards the end he says, Yathetchasi tatha kuru. He tells that to Arjuna. That's when Arjuna has a problem. He tells, you told me all the so much of Upadesham you gave me, all the 18 chapters of the Gita you told me, everything you tell. Then last you tell, Yathetchasi tatha kuru. You do what you like. Then what is the use of giving all this Upadesham? That's when Krishna tells that it is my duty to tell you what to do. It is my duty to explain in detail what is there, but I will not force you to do that because there is no use of forcing something. I've told you everything. I told you the benefits also of doing that thing. Now it is in your hands to decide. Similarly, if the Lord has been graceful to us, the Lord has blessed us with something, further it is in our hands to take that. Kartavyam swahaste. It is a line meaning the responsibility or the kartavyam to do the karma is in our hands. Now, I have the Srimad Bhagavatam book. The Lord has also blessed me, given me an opportunity to learn. Everything is there. But no, still I will not learn, then that is our loss, our ajnanam. So therefore, putting in efforts from our side is something is which is very, very important. Otherwise, it is like Janani Jani Dukkha Bhaja, just to cause trouble to one's own mother during the times of labor. That is the only purpose of my life. Further, Durlabhaiva Katha Loke Srimad Bhagavatodbhava. The Kumaras themselves they tell that listening to Srimad Bhagavatam is something which is very, very rare in this world. Not everyone in this world is blessed with that, right? Koti janma samuttena punyena iva tu labhyate. For crores and crores of janma, only if you have done some punya karma, only then a text like Srimad Bhagavatam will come in our hands. Therefore, if you have got this, you make the best of it. Further, sorry, now, here, if you see, Srimad Bhagavatam has to be listened. There is even a way of listening that total surrender, people do even upavasam, things like that, fasting, utmost truthfulness, this, that, and so on. But in the Kali Yuga, it becomes impractical. Here, this has been told by the Kumaras only. Ashakyatvat kalau bodhyo. The Kali Yuga, it becomes impossible to do a vrata also, do the things in the right manner, maybe be on the right path. We cannot maybe commit, right? Maybe okay, maybe 1 hour or so I can take out time. That also is difficult. One day I'll do, the next day I cannot do. So therefore, what you can do is at least during this time, you should at least know the rules which are to be followed, and as far as possible, you should try to follow and listen to Srimad Bhagavatam. That's the reason it is said that everything, the Saptaha Yagam that we do, Srimad Bhagavata Saptaham. Because in the Kali age we cannot dedicate much time also, the Saptaha Paddhati has been told to us that in a span of 1 week we will listen to entire Srimad Bhagavatam. That 1 week I totally dedicate to Srimad Bhagavatam right from morning till the evening. This is something which is very much practical and possible for everyone to do in the Kali Yuga. And the 7 days of listening to Srimad Bhagavatam is like performing a sacrifice only. It is superior to fasting, superior to all kinds of yagas that we do. So, therefore, superior to meditation, all kinds of spiritual practices. Now, further, Shaunaka, a sage who was there, he questions, telling that till here what you told, everything was wonderful. But does Srimad Bhagavatam actually lead us to Vaikuntham? Does it actually tell us about the form of Lord Narayana and so on? Even Uddhava also had asked a few questions when Krishna was about to leave Bhulokam. And Uddhava at that time, he had a lot of anxiety. Uddhava uvacha, tvam tu yasyasi govinda. He had a lot of doubts in his mind. He tells Krishna that now that you are going away, what will happen? Kali Yugam is about to start, and please do not go. You have so much of karuna in your hearts. Why don't you think about your bhaktas and Kali Yugam and so on? Hearing this, Lord Hari, he tells that okay, now all this happened in Prabhasa Kshetra. That's in today Dwarakapuri near Somnath also. That's when Lord Hari he thought, okay, what should I do for blessing my devotees also? Because the avataram has to come to an end, right? Always the Lord cannot stay. So therefore, I have to complete my avataram also. What I will do one thing, what will happen is I will disappear in this ocean of Srimad Bhagavatam only, so that when people in the Kali age, they open the Srimad Bhagavatam text and read, it is as if they are reading Lord Krishna only, or Lord. So if you are today, if you are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we are holding the Srimad Bhagavatam books in our hand, we are actually holding Krishna, because the Lord himself has emerged in Srimad Bhagavatam. So this was told by Lord Krishna to Uddhava only. And here it is said that Maya, that is the illusion. Now you see, every day we go out, right? Somewhere, someone tells us something or something happens. Maybe later we realize, oh, all this was just useless. It's like an illusion, Maya, it is said. Like so many kinds of distractions is that now all of us we have our own experiences. Maybe 10 years back you did something. Today you think over that, you feel what how mad I was, right? How much time I spent in doing things that were useless. This is nothing but Maya. So there are even great devotees of Lord Vishnu also get trapped in this Maya. But reading of Srimad Bhagavatam ensures that we are freed from this Maya chakram that is there. Further, if a person listens to Srimad Bhagavatam in one time or so, in a 1 week's time, bhakti also develops in that person. Jnana Vairagya also will be present there. Now, after here, what happens to Bhakti Devi is After this 1 week exposition was told by the Kumaras, Jnana and Vairagya, they got up, it seems, and they started chanting the names of Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Nathedi Namani Muhurvadanti. Verse 67. They started chanting the names of the Lord. Bhakti Devi also became very, very happy. That's when the sages Sanaka and the three brothers, the four Kumaras, told that Bhakti Devi herself has emerged from this text Srimad Bhagavatam. That's the reason Srimad Bhagavatam is called a Bhakti Puranam. Further, Bhakti Devi said, almost I was dead in Kali Yuga, but because of you, O Narada, and the four Kumaras, I have got back my form by listening to this nectar, Amritam like stories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, further, you guide me, where should I stay now? And now, finally, the four Kumaras, they told her that whoever reads the Srimad Bhagavatam, you bestow, you shower on them utmost bhakti, you develop utmost love in their hearts for the Lord. This is something which you should do for all the devotees in Kali Yugam, and all the evils which are born in Kali Yugam, all that those evils should not even go near people or great devotees of Vishnu in this Kali Yuga who are frequently reading Srimad Bhagavatam also. Therefore, Bhakti Devi instantly, it seems that Evam Tadagnya Vasarepi Bhaktihi Tadanishanna Haridasa Chitte. Bhakti Devi established herself in the minds of Sri Hari's devotees. Finally, this chapter comes to an end and tells that blessed are those in whose heart bhakti or devotion towards Lord Hari is there. That's the reason it seems that because we develop bhakti in our hearts, Lord Hari also dwells in that very happily. He lives there. And what more should we talk about the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam? It is something which has been praised by Lord Krishna only, and therefore a man listening to the Srimad Bhagavatam will attain Yat Samshaya Nigadite Labate Subhakta Shrotapi Krishna Samatam Alamanya Dharmaihi, will attain oneness with Krishna. With this, Srimad Bhagavatam glory concludes in chapter number 3. Further, chapter 4 talks about the story of Atmadeva, which we will look at it next.